I'm Tom Patti, County Supervisor here in San Joaquin County.
Second-generation Stocktonian and single father Tom Patti hopes his 8 years on the county dais and decades as a businessman before that will resonate with voters and land him a new job blocks away as Stockton's next mayor.
Look at what I've accomplished in the county, and if you roll over that into the city, we've addressed the city's biggest challenges. Public safety. In the county, it's down 30%. Crime is down 30%. Violent crime is down over 20%.
In Stockton, police data shows overall crime is down 15.9% and violent crime is down 3.3% in just the past year.
One thing I'd like to do for certain, I've talked to the police chief about this, and as well as with the city manager, who I have a great working relationship with, is looking at instituting and bringing back satellite police stations in some of the regions where a lot of citizens are feeling unsafe, or there is even some high crime zones that we need to target and squash some of the bad behavior.
Patti says homelessness is his other top issue. More than 2,450 people sleep on Stockton streets without shelter each night, according to numbers released in May.
The Housing First model has been a resounding failure. It's a component, but it's not the only pathway for going forward. I'm going to use this word often: partnerships. City and county working together with multiple agencies, bringing people into a place where there are support services and a pathway to stability.
Officials say homeless were living inside this vacant building around the time it burned down in September. The latest downtown building to go up in flames in at least a third rundown structure within a block.
We need to have levels of accountability. We need to have code and code enforcement so that we have a certain standard. As it relates to abandoned buildings, it's always best to go forward with partnership. What could the city do in partnership with the private sector to incentivize, whether it be affordable housing, whether it be businesses and creating enterprise zone and commerce throughout our city?
But the mayor can only do so much. With Stockton operating under a city manager-council structure, the mayor is just one of 7 equal votes. In our interview, Patti declined to support any policies to change that structure.
But some people might recognize your name on the ballot, having run for county supervisor, even for Congress in the past. Why the mayor's office, and why now?
As we term out as a county supervisor, we have 2 term limits. I've got so much in motion that I want to roll that over to the city. I'm glad to be running against a friend of mine and wish her luck, but I think it's going to be a good spirited race to the finish. I'm prepared to win this election with the hard work and effort I have to support.
30-year educator of Stockton students, former planning commissioner.
High school administrator, former vice mayor, and 7th-generation Stocktonian Christina Fugazi is hoping to convince voters to send her back to City Hall, this time as mayor. Why do you want to go back to City Hall, and why now?
My principal asked me that very same question. And I have a vision for Stockton. Like I said, 7 generations in this city. I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. And I know what it used to be like.
Despite police department data showing a drop in overall crimes, including violent crimes in the past year, Fugazi says people used to feel safer.
A lot of crime goes unreported. I know businesses that are like, this is the 3rd time I've been broken into. I am not going to even report it. Making sure that we have a fully staffed police department, things like cameras. We need to have all the tools in our tool belt available to our officers.
Right after crime, Fugazi says homelessness is her other top priority. More than 2,450 people sleep on Stockton streets without shelter each night, according to numbers released in May.
We need to have transitional housing. We need to have below market rate housing. We need to have inclusionary housing. So let's say we're building 100 units. Well, the people building those houses should be able to afford some of those houses that they're helping to build. On top of that, I would say we do need to have safe camping and safe parking.
Christina also thinks more should be done about abandoned buildings. In September, a building that sat vacant for years in the heart of downtown caught fire. It was one of several similar structures to burn in the same area that Fugazi oversaw while serving on Stockton City Council.
I brought up having a vacancy building ordinance, and we had it all spelled out. Council did not approve the ordinance that we had developed. It will be coming back. It will definitely be coming back.
But with Stockton operating as a city manager-council structured government, the mayor can't act alone. The mayor's vote is equal to any other city council members.
Would you support any measures that would give the mayor's office more power?
So that's an interesting question. I know that the big cities have strong mayors. You need to have somebody very competent in that position. I think I have the bandwidth to do that. But do I think that of everyone? It takes a while to get up to speed.
And Fugazi only has a few days left to make that case to voters.
And I serve everyone because I know who I work for. I work for the people. And people have asked me time and time again, why don't you run for mayor?
In Stockton, Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.